Hey everyone, Jim Haas with Blaze. Today we are going to assemble one of our Blaze Kamado carts. It's an upgraded cart as opposed to the four-legged or six-legged former version. We now have kind of a more traditional cart with cabinetry and storage space underneath it. It's going to be great. Honestly, this is the first time I'm putting my eyes on it, so we're going to do this together. Should be fun. So first thing you want to do is give yourself plenty of room. Empty the contents of the box. We're going to have the main cabinet space. This is the top that the Kamado sits in. We've got various shelves, and see what we have over here. Sidewall shelves, hardware pack handles, whatnot. It's going to have a protective laser film basically covering all of the stainless steel, so that's going to probably be the longest part of this, is peeling that laser film off. You just really need to embrace the horribleness that is peeling laser film off stainless steel. It's going to be great. I actually did that yesterday, and like I said, give yourself plenty of time, plenty of space, empty the box, and let's roll. Let's just get going. All right, I've opened the hardware pack. We've got casters, we've got handles, we've got different size bolts and washers. So I see two different size bolts. We've got a kind of a wider coarse thread and a thinner fine thread. We're going to start with putting casters on this thing. So I've got the main base of this cart flipped upside down, and if you've got, you know, a large table like this, really helps matters. So we're going to use washers and the slightly thinner bolts with the finer thread, and assemble our casters. Each caster gets 4 bolts, 4 washers. Just kind of go around, tighten them by hand, and once everything is in place, we'll go back with the screwdriver and tighten them up. Anytime you're doing any kind of grill cart assembly, I always recommend any tightening be done by hand as opposed to using a drill. These things are screwing into these nutserts, which have a reputation for kind of coming loose and stripping out, and you don't want to over tighten any of these. Next, we're going to assemble the handles. I put this main part of the cart on its side so that we can open up one of these doors, and it's facing down to assemble this handle. Reason being, if you've got the space to do this, so when you're screwing these things in, you don't drop the screws inside the door, then you're going to have to take these off, rattle it around. It's all kinds of fun. I also did notice that these handles come in a little bubble wrap packet. The bolts and washers were loose in the packet, so be careful when you're opening up these handles that you don't lose the bolt and or washer. They're kind of small, so they will be easy to lose. See if I can do this with staying out of my way. So kind of drop the bolt down in the hole and screw it in. Just like that. All right, what's next? All right, easier to do on the ground level now. So we've got our side panels. You'll find a series of bolts along the edges of this thing. Well, you can see where the front is because of the cabinet doors. You just want to loosen these bolts. They're already screwed into the cart out of the box, which is nice. Loosen those bolts, slide this piece in, and tighten them up. All right, we're going to take our top piece. For the moment, I'm going to assume this extra bracing goes toward the back. Like I said, it's the first time I put my eyes on this. Kind of lay it on top. Again, with the finer thread bolts through the bottom side of this now. Just screw that top piece on, hand tight again until you get everything in place, and then we'll tighten it up after the fact. And do that on all of these. I think there are 6 eight bolts. All right. Hey, it's starting to look like something. Okay, as I'm kind of going through this, I'm seeing a couple of panels, and I went to look at the instructions just to make sure I was on the right track, and I noticed the box that this came in did not have instructions. So this video might be very, very valuable. Hopefully your box will have instructions. I don't know. What do we think is next? Let's put on the side shelves. All right, so if this is anything like all the other carts we have, it's basically going to be 4 bolts on each side. Just screw them in again by hand, probably about halfway, and then we slide the shelf on and then we tighten her up. There is a left and a right shelf specific on this cart, and you'll know the front of the shelf by these holes. So we're going to have some hooks where you can hang some barbecue tools, which is kind of nice. So that slides in, and tighten it up from the bottom. This front panel kind of squeezes right in here and then screws in again from the inside. It's going to have 4 bolts total. Tighten that one down. And now, using some of the slightly larger bolts with the coarse thread, screw them in about halfway to this front panel, and then just hang your accessory shelf. Tighten her down. That's kind of cool. I'm digging it. We don't need no stinking instructions. And then we've got a bottle opener, which, oh look, a little bit more of that protective laser film I hadn't peeled off yet. The best part of anyone's day who's ever assembled a grill cart. All right, so that's going to go right there. In that hardware pack, you're going to find a bag of longer handles. These just go on the front of the shelf. Small washer, thin bolt from the inside of the shelf. Attach them just like that. Again by hand, and going back later and tightening it down with a screwdriver. And then there'll be one on each side. And then you've got 8 hooks, which just hang right here for your barbecue tools. This is really kind of cool. I'm digging this. And I'll do the same on the other side, and that's it. This is a very cool Kamado cart. I'm really liking it. I just got to go out in the warehouse and find me a Kamado to put in it.